Not all Jews support Israeli attack on Gaza. On October 28, from New York to London, Paris to Barcelona, many have joined pro-Palestinian rallies to express solidarity with the people of the blockaded enclave. They represent a vocal minority of Jews. On the same day, an elderly rabbi walked onto the podium to give a speech, declaring that Israel cannot represent the Jews, nor can it speak on their behalf, and conversely, Jews will not be responsible for the actions of the State of Israel. According to the newspaper, billionaire George Soros has already provided over $15 million in funds to the organization of the event through his foundation, and not only Palestinian groups, but also anti-Israeli groups of some Jewish organizations. Soros, now 93 years old, is a Hungarian-born Jew and a survivor of the Holocaust, but he has long opposed Israel. Many years ago, he also criticized the United States and Israel for not cooperating with Hamas. Ophir, a pro-Palestinian campaigner who was born in Israel but lives in the Danish capital, Copenhagen, is among many Europe-based Jews who are critical of Israel's policies and have joined protests that have exploded across the continent against the ongoing attacks on Gaza. Israel claims Jews as its national asset, and it weaponizes us, as Jews, both as bodies in the demographic battle vis-a-vis non-Jews and particularly Palestinians, and ideologically as born representatives of the Jewish state, and seeks to do that to Jews worldwide, Ophir told Al Jazeera. That claim, in turn, makes us the human shields of the state, as it assaults Palestinians under its settler colonialist agenda, be it through ongoing ethnic cleansing, through siege or through seasonal massacres. Naama Farjoun largely grew up in Jerusalem, but has long described herself as an anti-Zionist Jew. In January 2001, she left Israel, just months after the outbreak of the Second Intifada. Today, the 54-year-old lives on the outskirts of Valencia, Spain. I left Israel because I could not bear the burden of being a privileged Israeli citizen in a racist state, said the mother of two, who said that she was daily angered by the Israeli occupation and discrimination of my Palestinian co-citizens. Jews, including Israeli Jews, voicing their condemnation of Israel's conduct against the Palestinians is not a new phenomenon. So-called Israeli refuseniks, citizens of Israel who have snubbed its compulsory military service laws in protest of the country's treatment of the Palestinians, have often served jail time for their principles. Joseph Abalia, an Austrian-born musician, is widely considered to be the first individual in Israel to stand trial for refusing to serve in the Israeli military, doing so just months after the Jewish state was established in 1948. The violinist managed to escape a prison sentence, and his stance paved the way for generations of Israeli conscientious objectors. Yet just as Israel's refuseniks often face backlash for their convictions, so too do pro-Palestinian Jews elsewhere. It is, said one European resident, rarely easy to publicly support Palestine and condemn Israel as a self-declared Jew. When I first started identifying myself as Jewish and supporting Palestinian rights on X, formerly Twitter, the issue in the UK was closely bound up with Corbyn's leadership of the Labour Party, said British citizen Tom London, referring to the strident pro-Palestinian convictions of former United Kingdom opposition leader Jeremy Corbyn. He added, "I got plenty of abuse then on X, including describing me as an anti-Semite and saying I was lying about being Jewish. Someone once went through every tweet I had ever sent, but found nothing to help their vile and ridiculous claim that I was an anti-Semite." Jessica Murphy, a 27-year-old medical student who lost her father on September 11, was also one of the demonstrators in Jewish Voice of Peace. She feels bad for both Israelis and Palestinians and is concerned that a false dichotomy has been created whereby one either supports terror or the brutal state of Israel. "I feel that Israel is making a similar mistake to the one the United States made after September 11. War crimes, however horrific, do not entitle countries to commit crimes of their own. Obviously, the attacks by Hamas were a war crime. But that does not justify war crimes by the United States in Iraq or by Israel in Gaza," Murphy explained. Hundreds of Jewish Voice for Peace demonstrators have been arrested over the past 2 weeks, most during a sit-in at the U.S. Capitol where they shouted, "Let Gaza live." Demonstrations by similar anti-Zionist organizations are increasing with every passing day.